Welcome back to another weekly chart breakdown where I'm going to be breaking down the trades I took last week or this past week, trading a 15-minute orb and using volume profile. So this week was a pretty easygoing week for me. Only traded 2 days during the week. So let's get straight into it. So this is from Monday the 21st. So let's go ahead and read the notes first and then we'll break everything down. So easygoing day. First break broke point of control, value area high, previous day value area high, and highs from overnight. Was also a 75% candle. Very bullish volume. Value area high moved higher. Price rejected new value area high. Exited the trade thinking price would retest point of control. Did not have a lot of time to trade and did not want to be in the trade while out and about. Price is still testing new all-time highs. Can expect low liquidity and hesitation to accept higher price, which is also why I exited early. All right, so basically there was a lot of volume from overnight, and then these are part of the highs, and I can't extend it more to the left, but for I just took the closest price action of the highs from overnight and leading into the New York session. And as you can see, when the orb formed, it formed with a lot of bullish momentum here. So right here we have orb high, we have orb high, and then we have orb low. And as soon as the orb finished forming, the very next candle, these are the first 15 minutes. The very next 5 minute candle, it broke the overnight highs. It broke orb high, point of control, value area high, and look at this nice bullish candle. So I definitely took that. I definitely took that trade, and yeah, and immediately price shot up. Price shot up, and then it started to reject up here. But I had to tell myself, like, we are still in new territory. We're still in testing new highs, all-time highs. So there's no liquidity up here. So price is still very indecisive, and I didn't want to get caught up in a crazy bullish rush, and then exactly what happened. Price just tanked back down. Retesting the orb, retesting previous day point of control. I didn't want to get caught up in that. And like my notes said, I didn't have a lot of time to trade, so I wanted to just take my money and run, and that's why I exited right here. I was aiming for what is this, probably like 15 points, and I just went ahead. As soon as this candle started to tank, I went ahead and jumped out. So it was a good day. We had a 75% candle right here. It was the first candle, which could be kind of scary for me, like real spill. Sometimes when candles just shoot out like this, I do become a bit worried that it could be a false breakout and it's going to come back down to retest whatever is going on down here. But it actually didn't, and it just kept flushing and flushing and flushing. And then it started to reject all-time highs and, lack of liquidity, and it just flushed back down. So it was a good day for me overall. Sometimes you just have to take your money and run. Let's see how many points. So it was probably got like probably nine points here, aiming for 15. So that was a good day overall. Like, just take what markets give you and literally just take your money and run. So Tuesday. So this was Tuesday, and I did not trade on Tuesday. As you can see here are my notes. Did not trade. Too many fundamentals. So there was a lot going on, a lot of speaking, a lot of Fed stuff going on. I did not trade, and there's also just no setup that happened as well. There was just no setup. Like, if I was to look at orb high, orb low, and yeah, just no setup happened. Like, this candle broke the orb low, but it's not a 75% candle. This candle is for sure a 75% candle. But this is a crazy candle. I would be afraid to really take a trade on this candle. Then it closed with some wick action down here, and then no candle after that broke the lows of this wick, and it just started trending back up. Starting a bullish trend with higher highs, higher lows, and then got caught up on point of control here, and yeah, eventually just shot back up. So all that's very messy because it's a lot of fundamentals I was going on. So I dodged that bullet, did not trade. But as you can see, overnight was crazy bullish. Overnight had some crazy, crazy bullish momentum going on here. Crazy bullish momentum. So now I'm only showing you all this because my mind set for leading into Wednesday was a bullish mindset. I saw all this bullish momentum leading into Wednesday, and I had a bias. My bias was bullish. Make a long story short, my bias was bullish. And I know that you can have a bias. You can do your research. You can do your pre-market analysis and break stuff down. You can have a bias, and you can have a bullish bias, but you won't know for sure whether that's confirmed unless you have confirmations on the chart when you're actively trading. So although in my head I was like bullish, 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 I knew that the markets could show me something else, but at the same time, it was just too much bullish fundamentals. Like I believe this was the trade the fundamentals. Was it with Japan or something? I don't know. It was just too many bullish fundamentals for me to have a bearish bias or to accept that things might turn bearish. So that's why I didn't get caught in this trap. So let's break it down. So let's read my notes first. I did not trade my main accounts, which are on Apex, and my main accounts are my two PA accounts, and I have like one or two evaluations I'm trying to pass on my main Apex accounts. Huge fundamental news played out overnight, causing crazy bullish moves in volume. Market open, breaking or below. I did not take the shorts because there was too much bullish price action and fundamentals. I felt as if the or below break was a false breakout and liquidity sweep. Took trades on my Top Step account and NKD account based mainly on fundamentals. Price eventually broke back into orb and broke orb high with a major candle, but I did not take the trade on my main account because price just did not seem stable. We are at all-time highs. Although I could have entered on the retest, I decided to take my big wins on my other two accounts and end the day. So let's break this down. So I traded this trade. These are two of my biggest trades I've ever had. On like trading period, and I say you only see one, but like I say, I have Top Step where I trade my regular 15-minute or breakout, but I trade it more aggressive, as in I use just more contracts. I have Apex where I trade my 15-minute or breakout, but I use less contracts, like probably like three contracts, two contracts if I'm in drawdown. Then I have my NKD account, then the Kia account on Top Step, on Apex, where I trade it way more aggressive because it's one contract is a one mini because they don't do micros and it weighs a lot. So I did not trade I did not trade my main accounts. I trade with my aggressive accounts, and I did not follow my trading rules. I did not trade the orb, although I had crazy gains. Discipline wise, it's an F because I did not follow my rules, and I traded like kind of like really based on fundamentals and price action. So let's break this down. So we have orb high right here. We also have overnight highs as well in this blue area here. So we also have orb low right here. So right here, off rep, you see this candle breaks down here. And it is a 75%. It seems like it's a 75% candle, but you have this wick. You have this wick right below here. So I was like, number one, I really was like, I can't trust this breakout here because it was just so many bullish fundamentals, and you can't just be stuck on a bias. But I just felt it, man. It was too many bullish fundamentals for me to just be confident in one little breakout. So I was like, okay, we could be looking at liquidity sweep, and so this candle here closed with a nice wick here. Then we have a candle here that closed as a very indecisive candle, but still a higher lower wick. And then we have this candle here. It broke these lows here, but it still closed with a lower wick here. So although it broke the previous lows here, I still wasn't confident in taking this trade here because it still closed with wicks down here. And then as you can see, next candle broke the previous candle's low, but it still closed with wicks. So it really didn't present any opportunity for me to hop into this trade if I was going short. Let me make this bigger so you all can see it. Yeah, so it really did not present any opportunity for me to take this trade if I was to go short. And like I said, my bias wasn't short anyway. I kind of felt like there was going to be some kind of liquidity sweep, and that's basically what played out. So I'm going to turn back on my EMA here because my EMA really helped me take this trade going long. So as I saw here, we had all this liquidity sweeps, all these false breakouts, all these wick candles. Then I saw bullish momentum. We have a higher low that formed here. We had a higher high, then we had a higher low, then we had a higher high, higher low. So we off rip we were forming uptrend here, and then we broke the EMA as well. So once we closed with a nice bullish candle, breaking closing above the EMA, that's when I took this trade. I took this trade and probably one of the most luckiest days of my life, no cap, and boom, this thing went crazy. I should have closed all the way up here, because what these candles, like these Trump candles, they can shoot up and then they can retrace crazily. So I probably should have closed up here, but I didn't. And now, if I was still to trade my regular orb, right? How you could have caught this trade is on the retest. Say price came back to retest the level and retest orb high. Yeah, orb high. And probably point of control was probably down here somewhere as well. So I wouldn't have bought in at this candle here. I actually would have bought in at this candle here. You know what I'm saying? Or you could have waited for a better retest and bought in at this candle, the second retest candle. Nice rejection candle, and then rode the wave all the way up. But I didn't do that. So I'm gonna put my gains on the screen, but I had on my top step combine and on my apex evaluation, I had crazy gains. And although by the time these setups presented itself, I could have entered on my main account, but I didn't want to because you never know, it could have reversed on me. I didn't want to be upset. I wanted to take my crazy gains and just leave. So, and that was actually the last trade that I took. I didn't take any more trades because I had such a good day that day. And I didn't want to end the week, less than where I was. So this is Thursday. And Thursday, as you can see, Thursday didn't really play out too much anyway. A lot of whipsaws. So I didn't miss out on anything. And I don't trade on Fridays. So that's it. Pretty good week. That's the power of being patient and seeing. I only traded 2 days and had a great, like extremely good week. So make sure you guys stay patient. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys.